In example one, let's say we have a microwave here and it has an internal resistance of 80 ohms and it's plugged into a 110-volt wall outlet. We're told that the local cost from the power company in the community is 9 cents per kilowatt hour. So we're asked, if this microwave is used for 15 minutes every day, how much will it cost us per week? So obviously microwaves spend most of the time not really doing much. I mean, theoretically, if you have a clock on it, it is consuming energy, so you're paying for that. But if we assume this microwave has no digital display and it is only operating when it is heating up food, and it's used for about 15 minutes. So that means 15 minutes of actual use being used to heat something up per day. How much will it cost per week? Well, as with always, we should list our variables. So we're given our voltage of 110 volts and our internal resistance of 80 ohms. We can use P equals V squared over R, that piece of that power equation, the electric power equation. And if we plug in our voltage and our resistance, we will find that the power output of this microwave is 151.25 watts. So that's step one. Step one is to determine the power output in watts. Step two is to convert it to kilowatts. So I'm going to divide that by 1,000. I know that this power output of this microwave is 0.151 kilowatts. Now I do need to eventually get into the unit of kilowatt hours that the power company charges me in. So I'm going to do that by first converting from minutes to hours. So it's 15 minutes per day. Well, 15 divided by 60 gives me the hours used per day. So that's going to give me the kilowatts times the hours that I use it. But that would only really give me for one day. We do realize that they're asking per week. So I do want to also multiply that by 7. So to reiterate, we're taking the kilowatt output, we're multiplying it by the equivalent of 15 minutes in hours, and then we're multiplying that by the number of days in the week because that's what they want us to find the cost for. So if we go through with that calculation, we will find that is going to be 0.264 kilowatt hours per week. Per week because we multiplied this by 7. If I didn't actually multiply that by 7, we'd theoretically only be finding the kilowatt hours per day. We'd still eventually have to multiply that by 7 to get the cost per week. I like to do it all in one step. All right, the last step, now that we know that, would be to multiply that by the local rate, which we're told is 9 cents per kilowatt hour. And we'll find that this microwave, based on this input and based on this amount of use, will cost us about 2 cents per week. That's not too bad, but microwaves are not generally the most expensive electrical appliances we have. That is usually reserved for refrigerators and air conditioners and things along those lines, which we will look at in the next example.